Hi. So right now we're working on finishing up the presentation. So we have a lot of really cool graphics that we're about to finish up. So one thing that's interesting about this is how we're trying to integrate the design and bring it back into the science. So to start, we just finished this one graphic where we're comparing our tent to the shelter box tent. We actually received a shelter box tent and set it up within atoms, and we were observing it a lot. So what we're looking at here is how the headroom of our tent compares to that of the shelter box tent. For our tent, the UN's HCR basically says at least 1.8 meters in the tent height has to be above 30. So at least 33% of the tent area has to be above 1.8 meters. And our tent doubles that. And then another thing that's cool, and this is what Jane and I worked on a lot today, is on this, so all these animations were done in Illustrator, and we can get the tent to do cool things. Like the tent can collapse, and then it can open. And that's what it looks like when it's fully open. So now, over the next hour or so, I'm gonna add fabric to this, so it looks actually representative of our tent. And then our presentation is almost set. It's been really fun working with the SURGG team. It's a great group of people, and I think this presentation is gonna be great. So like right now we have a couple of these red boxes. That's just stuff that hasn't yet been completed, but that'll all be done ahead of Friday. And then right now it's a lot of Illustrator things. So our goal with this whole design is to develop a suitable tensile structure for all the active coatings. So we actually are showing the active coatings on this. So you can see the active coatings in blue, and then the coating will go in this black thing. We're still trying to figure out how we want the graphics, because it's always tricky on this kind of a project since we have a super cool design, but how are we gonna represent that without compromising the science? I was actually talking to a kid in our lab today, and he was saying how design and science kind of does something like this. As you increase the design, it gets more speculative, and that means the science gets more tangential. But when you increase the science, it gives you less room for creativity. So in this project, we're trying to find a balance in between, and I think we did that. And now it's just all about executing.